The SmackDown star gets praised. AJ Styles names the two wrestlers he's most excited about, and which New Japan star has his eye on a massive crossover show. Let's check that out and more in today's wrestling news. Former Nexus member Darren Young with Wrestling Inc. spoke of a few wrestlers, particularly Randy Orton, who was supportive when he first came out. Once I came out publicly to the world in 2013, I never said two words to a lot of the main guys, but once I came out, he was one of the guys that passed me in the hallway the day after I came out, and he gave me a hug. He said, "Hey man, if you have any issue, you just let me know and I'll take care of anyone in the locker room." Him and CM Punk were top guys that said those exact words, and Randy, from then on, was my heart. Anytime I visit with WWE, I see him passing. I was like, "Hey Randy, you mind if I get a money shot doing the block the hate?" And he was so into it. There were no cameras around and he was like, "Yeah man, let's get it right." And then we finally took the picture and I tweeted it. He messaged me saying, "Oh man, you're making me blush." Randy's a cool dude. Young also recently complimented Orton, saying when he has matches, he thinks of himself as the Black Randy Orton. Liv Morgan is one of the most promising talents as Fightful compiled comments from wrestlers who had nothing but positive things to say about Morgan. One said she's obsessed with improving and becoming one of the best. She cares more than anybody. It's great to see that kind of passion. Not everyone has that. A member of the women's division also said Liv is one of those people everyone wants to work with because she'll do whatever it takes to make the match, angle, and interview as good as possible. Even if she's not winning or even coming out looking good, she always wants what she's a part of to be good. Paige's 2021 did not get off to the best start as she went to police after someone tried to sell her address with her, saying, "You realize how disgusting this is. You try to get money for our address. You're a terrible person. The cops are involved. A report was put in your name. Numerous people came forward about you with DMs. You changed your Twitter name after being called out." In a later post, she said, "Yeah, using lawyers to get a lawsuit for someone selling our address makes me super crappy. Thanks for making me see the light, bud." In a recent interview, Devon Dudley admitted he has been infatuated with Stephanie McMahon, saying, "I would have loved to have dated Stephanie. She's beautiful inside and out, funny, charismatic. She's everything I would think a woman should be if I wasn't married." In the interview, he also stated he would have liked to put Stephanie through a table. She wasn't the only McMahon though, as he said that given half a chance, the Dudleys would have put Vince through a table as well. AJ Styles is an all-time great, so when he says there's massive potential in someone, that claim should be taken seriously. And with WWE India, he said Matt Riddle has definitely got that is coming up. He's definitely a talent you need to watch. He's going to be a huge star. Keith Lee is another one of those guys who's just super powerful and can do things a big man shouldn't be able to. Styles was asked to name 3 superstars, but struggled to come up with a third name, saying number 3, that's a tough one. It makes me wonder if it's a guy that could be at NXT or has not blossomed and shown his true potential. I'm not sure who that is, so the number 3 we're gonna have to give a question mark. In the main event of SmackDown, Kevin Owens dismantled Jey Uso, and after his win, Owens continued to beat Uso down, targeting his leg and using weapons. He took Uso to the side of the entrance ramp and left him lying on a couple of crates. As he climbed, Roman Reigns blindsided him. Eventually, he was joined by Uso as they unleashed an attack, which involved Uso choking him with handcuffs. Reigns proceeded to throw Owens off the platform and through the crates with blood oozing from his head. WWE.com revealed a storyline update saying after the attack by Reigns and Uso, Owens was taken to a local medical facility where he was diagnosed with a spinal contusion and bruised kidneys. During the Monday Night Wars, many from WWE would join WCW. X-Pac was one as he mentioned his decision. "The money was bad, but if I was creatively satisfied, I would have stayed. I wouldn't have even thought about leaving. I would have just tried to keep asking for a raise. I never even thought about leaving when creative was good, even when money was tough." Despite jumping ship, X-Pac didn't stick around in WCW long, lasting 2 years before he was fired by Eric Bischoff. With Wrestle Kingdom 15 around the corner, Okada has a huge match in store taking on Will Ospreay. With Sports Illustrated, Okada spoke of the match before talking about something he would love to do once the pandemic is dealt with. Times are tough, but I hope what we do will bring joy to everyone and give them enough strength and positivity to do their best the next day. And when the world calms down, I would like to give back with other wrestling companies to all fans who still support us. The leader of Chaos then pitched a massive crossover show. New Japan, WWE, AEW, CMLL, AAA all together. Sounds pretty cool, don't you think? While having WWE involved is wishful thinking, there could be a crossover involving the other promotions mentioned. After AEW champion Kenny Omega appeared on Impact, suggesting a partnership of sorts, Cody Rhodes has his eye on Chris Bay, who signed with Impact, and recently Bay spoke about representing Impact in AEW. I would love to do what I did in Impact in AEW, because there's a reason why I'm an Impact person. There's a reason why I wanted to go to Impact. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to show up with an Impact Wrestling t-shirt and let people know where I'm from. And if they like what they see, they know where they can find me, because I wanted people to come to Impact. I like Impact Wrestling, love the roster, and love the people we have. Touching on the late Brody Lee, Jim Ross said Lee couldn't qualify for a transplant. He was always smiling and a funny guy, great sense of humor. That's why I said I'm going to work today and I will tell these young guys it doesn't hurt to laugh. As I said, laughter is a good medicine. He made you laugh, didn't he? Oh yeah, remember those times? That's a hell of a lot better than him not being able to kick out of his issues. I still don't know what, I haven't seen of or even heard of an autopsy. All I know is that he had double lung failure. His lungs were so bad he could not qualify for a transplant. So after, as I heard, they took him off his machine to see if he could kick out himself. That was about the only chance he had. It just obviously did not work. So a sad time for all of us. Again, he impacted so many of us on our roster that kind of went off the radar, so he'll be missed. MVP returned at the Royal Rumble and revealed he was going to retire from in-ring action the next day, but he surprised many with his great mic skills, and he's been WWE's breakout star according to WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. I would probably give breakout star of 2022 MVP, even though he should have been a breakout star in 2005. What he's been able to do, he just came back for a little role here and a little role there, including the VIP lounge with me that was just a one-off. Everyone knows how good he is, such a great character and talker, and great in the ring. Even he thought I'm at the end of my career. He's made such an impact and kept getting brought back. Inevitably, what he's been able to do by taking Lashley to new heights that everyone knew he could get to. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update for the 3rd of January. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.